I would fall back on what I did mention, and the fact that the natural died is what really hurt and really killed the Protoss. Again, just to re-emphasize once again, specifically on that map, to be able to abuse the natural in such a way, it felt like almost a hard counter to what the Protoss was doing. Just because, if you remember, the purpose of the Forge was for the cannons to defend, right? To defend the natural and to get away with that kind of build. But because of the tank positioning, the cannons did nothing. The Forge did nothing, right? Like it all kind of came into play. But with that, we're getting to our next game, and spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Abyssal Reef, we have our South Korean Zerg player. We have the Brood War Zerg player representing Team Hybrid 1. It is 3point. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the StarCraft 2 Terran player representing Team Starcom. It is BratOK. Here we go. As we are settling in, we do see 3point going for a gas pool on one base. He goes for a late expansion, earlier gas, earlier link speed, a much more aggressive start from 3point. You have my attention. So much more aggressive start. Meanwhile, we do see BratOK going for a Rax expand. Echo standard opener here out of our Terran player. Now, if you're familiar with our players, 3point, I would say he is top 3 Zerg in StarCraft Evolution. Top 3 just behind Shin and Dark. I say that, I think I said this last night as well. I say that tentatively because I haven't seen enough of Young Yakov and Wayne. Like, Young Yakov and Wayne have also been playing a lot of StarCraft Evolution, and I would say they're quite comparable in skill, and I still have a hard time kind of placing them comparatively to 3point. So they're all kind of like vying for that placement. They're all strong players, strong Zerg players in general here. 3point, Wayne, Young Yakov, typically, he's very aggressive. Typically, 3point, he is hyper aggressive when playing SE2. When playing Brood War, he usually calms things down. Now, link speed is on the way. He stays in. He stays in gas. So this feels like 2-base muta. Or I should say, this feels like a fast lair. Technically, this could be fast Hydrogen into fast Hydro productions, but I'm leaning more towards fast lair, which would be for muta play instead. Links are moving out. We'll see what this gas is going to be spent on, because again, this gas income is a huge tell. Meanwhile, we do have BratOK hiding his starports. Proxy BC. Yo, what's going to be done with the starports? As back at home, 1-1-1. CC on the high ground. Show us that starport. Meanwhile, Lings are fanning out. And there it is. Starport is on the way. Now, from here, this could be Proxy BC. This could be Proxy Banshee. This could be Proxy Liberator. It could be a Hellion. Sorry, it could be a Medevac. So we can open up Hellion and then Medevac drop into the main base. There are options here. There are options for BratOK. Meanwhile, as I mentioned, yeah, fast lair. Again, like earlier gas income like this screams fast lair. For those that are curious, for those who have not seen Brood War Zerg, you do not need a lair for Hydras. Hydras are hatch-based, not lair-based when it comes to tech. So fast lair screams Spire, screams 2-base muta. Technically, this could be like a fast Hive Rush, which sounds crazy. So this should be muta play out of our Zerg player. For the time being, BratOK is in the dark. BratOK, he did open up very safely, so his CC is going to be delayed. But the Hellions are amassing, and okay, Hellion drop. So we have confirmation. So not Proxy BC, not Proxy Banshee or Liberator. For now, it is going to be a Hellion drop, and this can actually do a lot of damage. I believe it takes 3 Hellions to one-shot a drone. So we have 4 Hellions to dive into the mineral lines. We can see 3point, he's turtling up on 2 bases. Remember, he's taking all of his gases. There's that Spire that we did mention, and he throws on the Sunken Colony to defend on 2 bases. But the main is exposed. And unlike in StarCraft 2, there are no queens. There's no queens to defend. It's going to be purely Lings and stack defense, but the stack defense is on the main. Hellions, they back in, they confirm, they poke away. Medevac comes in, the Overlord does confirm. 3point, he knows. 3point, he knows, he is aware, he gets in position. Big scout for 3point. And the Lings are ready for the unload. And the Hellions, yeah, they're not gonna get in. They're gonna be denied. There was potential with the Hellion drop, but not like this. Not this time. And what's scary is that BratOK, he hasn't seen what's going on. He has not seen the lair yet. He is about to. Does dive in. Dives in, spots the lair, gonna be forced to pick up. And this, again, this screams 2-base muta. Hoping he can prepare back at home. Nice Hellion shots, very nice shots, roasting up the Lings. 1 Hellion goes down. Oh god, a little bit ambitious there. Job with the Hellions, oh no, a bit of miscontrol as well. Every Hellion goes down. As BratOK not quite being as attentive, focusing on his Liberator instead, and yeah, that was not as worth it towards the end. Liberator will siege up in the main, no Sunken Colony. Okay. Sorry, I should say no Spore Colony. No Spore Colony in the main, so mining is going to be denied. Remember, no Queens. No Queens for defense, no Sag defense either. 3 points stuck on one base, but here come the Mutas. Mutas are on the way. And again, this is good damage. Like, this Liberator is doing a lot of damage here in the main base. Even picking up larva. Even catching eggs. Behind this, BratOK is going into Bio. And again, remember, he saw the lair. He didn't see the Spire, but this all screams Muta play. He should be getting ready. I am concerned that there are no turrets. There are no turrets in position right now. So I'm concerned that maybe he hasn't pieced it together. But now he will, as Mutas have to reveal themselves. Mutas are revealed. Liberator goes down. And back at him, here come the turrets. And it looks like they should finish in time. Turrets, they should complete. This means they do make their way across the map. So far, the Bio Army is in position. No stim. No stim for the Marines. One SCV goes down. 3 point rotating over. Does rotate. Wind mines are set up. Yo, we got the trap. Oh no! It does go in! Yeah, brutal connection. Oh my god. Massive shots going off, and that was how many? That was 3 Mutas going down. Yeah, strong start here for BratOK. A very strong start. He does not lose the Wind mines. And we're building up more Muta. Remember, this is mass Muta. It's mass Muta here from 3 point. So he has to build up that Muta count. Last, he has to pull away. Going into carapace upgrades, he does have some link support on the way as well. Getting his 3rd base, and BratOK, he's already pushing out. I mean, he does have momentum, true, but that's going to be 20 links in production. +1 carapace will not be done in time, but Stim will. Finishing up in 9 seconds. Oh! Mutas that catch reinforcements, not bad. Reinforcements getting caught out. BratOK, he is isolated, he's out in the center. How good are the mine shots going to be? Oh, big connections. Yeah, Lings, they get shut down. What about the Mutas? Yeah, they cannot engage. So far, good start here from BratOK. A strong start, I should say. He takes a look at the trade. 2 Marines and some friendly fire, I guess. So 6 Marines for 27 Lings. But the tank is low on HP. Oh no! Full medevac! Oh no! Full medevac goes down. Ay, ay, ay. BratOK, calm down. As 3 point, will catch more reinforcements, brutal pickups. Ay, ay, ay. Mutas, they harass across the map. BratOK, he's committing in. He's not subbing. He's pushing forward. But we have more Lings massing. Once again, it comes down to the mine shots. Wind mines, decent connections on those Lings. But now there's no support. Now there's no more tanks. 1 Wind mine. This army is going to be cleaned up. And 3 point holds. 3 point he holds, he does defend, shuts down the army. It was a back and forth trade. Very close when it comes to his trades. BratOK now claiming his 3rd. But that Muta count has been getting larger and larger. Oh! At this point, 3 point gets caught. This time, 3 point, he does lose 1 of his Mutas. We'll rotate around. BratOK turtling up. We spoke about this in the previous series during Beyond versus Iceland, where Abyssal Reef is a very defensive map. Very defensive, does favor turtle play. So it's on BratOK here to wall up, to wall off, and to secure himself on 3 bases. There is a minefield here in the mineral line. Oh, diving on the Bio. Marines, they hold their own. They shut down the Lings, going for the Mutas. And from here, we should soon be seeing some Queen support. No Queen's Nest yet. 3 point is still in the 2 base economy. Like, he still has not droned up his 3rd. No drones. No drones, no saturation. Wind mines moving in. There is no drilling claws. Not yet. Oh, another Muta goes down. And 3 point is in trouble. He runs into reinforcements. Yeah, Liberator will shut this down as well. Marines, they stim in. GG gets called. 3 point, he will lose everything. And BratOK, he will take game number 1. Whew, GG. GG, well played. Threepoint, he had some strong moments himself, that is true, but alas, he took some brutal mind shots to the face. Likewise, behind it, he was pretty all in. We did point out towards the end there, but Threepoint, he was not droning. He was not droning, he was not saturating. Threepoint was being hyper aggressive, and the goal there was to break BratOK. He did not drone up his third base whatsoever. It was basically a 2-base all in. 2-base all in, just matching up more Lings. You could also argue that because the Wintermines were trading so well against the Lings, he never really had the larva spare to drone up. He was just non-stop making more and more Lings, committing even harder. GG. GG, well played. With that, BratOK does take a lead, and we'll see if he can claim the series, or if Threepoint can bring it back and force the ace match. Let's go. Whew. Let us go. Now when we finish the campaign, hopefully. I look forward to it, Caprilu Cats. I look forward to playing the campaign. I mean, I still haven't played the Brood War Remastered campaign. I have to get around to it, but I do look forward to it. As here we go, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Sylphid, we have the South Korean Zerg player, the blue Zerg, the SC2 Zerg, representing Team Hyper 1, down in the series. We'll see if he can bounce back and force the ace match. It is Threepoint. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the Brood War Terran player, the red Terran, representing Team StarCom. It is BratOK. And welcome one more to Sylphid. Sylphid is a 3-player spawn map. You can spawn in top side, bottom left, or bottom right. So we have multiple spawn locations, as we do have a CC first out of BratOK. Okay, it does open up with a faster CC. Now, if you've been watching BratOK as of late, you would know that he's very fond of mech. He's very fond of mech whenever he plays Brood War. So we do expect to see like a Vulture-based opener, double factory sort of style. I say that it has been very trendy to go. He's doing it. Yeah, never mind. He's going for a second racks and a third racks as well. I was gonna say it's been very trendy to go for these stim builds and to go for these early 3-rack stim timings, and it looks like BratOK is doing the same. So CC first, into 2 racks, into a third racks, into delayed gases, into stim. So this is going to be a stim timing here out of BratOK. There's our third racks. Now, as we saw from Bjorn, if Threepoint survives this timing, this can seamlessly transition into mech. This can go into mech from here after the stim timing if it doesn't kill his opponents. But for now, it is going to be fine. Meanwhile, we do have a Threepoint going for a hatch gas pool. Remember, last game we had early gases at a Threepoint. This time, standard opener. And we do expect to see Roach play. I mean, we have seen different ways to deal with this sim timing. We've seen Roach defense. We've seen Ling Bane defense as well. It is quite intense, though. Este Avex, ga, papi, ga. Este Avex. Good to see you, papi. Good to see you. Buenos dias. Good evening. Good evening. I do recommend the VODs, by the way. I don't know if you've seen some of these matches, Avex, but it was crazy. It was crazy. Do recommend skimming through some of those earlier matches. Like some of the Iceland matches against Geralt, against Bjorn as well. Crazy, baby, crazy. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. But now that we're settling in, we do have our stim timing on the way, of course, here for BratOK, getting to his own stim. Meanwhile, likewise, building up his own fire bats as well. And it looks like we're going for the Baneling Nest defense. Again, we have seen Threepoint do this even last night during StarCraft Evolution. During the StarCraft Evolution League, I should say. So going for the Baneling defense. And we'll see how well he can deal with this army. Here we go. Crazy. Yeah. Este flipper flapjack. 100%. As we're waiting for that moment, BratOK does break out. Let's break out. Likewise, a 3-point massing up Lings, taking this seriously. He drones up to under 2 base saturation. Just on 1 gas, building up his Lings. The Baneling Nest is now done, but the Lings are not quite ready for this. Does scan ahead of time, and we'll see if BratOK can break through. There we go, 4 Banelings on the way. Dust him in. Let's see, dust him forward. Getting on top of the Queens. Can he get on top of the Banelings? Lings, they do rush in. Firebat was being targeted down. And so far, 3-point he holds. Whew. He does hold on Banelings. They do finish up in time. With that, BratOK heading over towards that 3rd base. And we'll see if 3-point can get that surround. Very nice target. Oh my god. 1 Baneling connects. No. 1 Baneling breaks through. A very nice target firing until the end. And with that, 3-point he will hold. He will clean this up. He will shut this down. And with that 3-point, he can now drone. He can now drone, he can saturate, he can build up towards a longer game stage. And BratOK, he's going to be stuck at home. 1 Baneling is sometimes all it takes. And we did speak earlier about the more seamless mech transition. There it is. We have factories on the way. Spider Mines, Ion Thrusters. We are switching from bio into mech. That is the plan. Double Scan gets eyes on the Lair. Lair is on the way. Roach Warren as well, so it's going to be Roach Ling Bane or Roach Ravager Ling Bane from 3-point. A more mid-game composition. And can trade quite well here against mech as well. Meanwhile, big shout out to Flipper Jack in the chat for the gifted sub to Avex Gab. Oh my god, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the gifted sub to the community. I hope you enjoy the content. Hope you enjoy the StarCraft. Hope you enjoy the casting on the channel. Thank you. Thank you. Do appreciate it. Always, papi, always. Oh, now you have ducks in the chat. You can also eat ramen, and you can hydrate as well. I don't know if you noticed, but the hydrate emote is a reference to Maru. It's a it's a reference to the as we do surround the army, massive connections. Mate, who needs Baneling speed? Who needs it? Oh my god. BratOK, calm down. Calm down. As we're building up towards 4 factories, double armory, double upgrades here on the way for BratOK, but for the most part, 3-point, he's free to drone. He's free to drone, free to saturate. 11 drones on the way. Here we go. Oh! As vultures, they cannot fit through, actually. Yeah, they cannot fit into that natural. Very nice wall here, I just realized. Very nice roll by 3-points. Likewise, catching out the vultures, shutting them down, full surround. BratOK bleeding out far too much here. Bleeding out his bio army, his vultures as well. But really nice SimCity here, allowing workers through and other units not. Very nice. Also, shout out to Flipper Jack for the gifted sub to Tater Tutor as well. Vultures, they dive in. Going for the Spider Mines, going for the Queens. Yeah, shots gonna be going off. Queens do go down. But alas, he does want economic damage instead. He's going for the mineral line. He's trying to at least. Boys are being pulled. He gets 1. Only 1. 1 worker goes down. 3-point does hold. It was a messy defense, but a defense nonetheless. BratOK from here, he backs off. He's working towards siege mode, building up his tanks. He still needs a little bit more time to actually mass up an army. 3-point is not going to give him that time. Yeah, 3-point is moving in. He's done droning. He's going to be cutting workers here at around 3 base saturation. He has a 4th base just for larva. Yeah, just larva here. Vultures, they will be buying some time. They get into the mineral line. So you get a couple of drones. 3 drones going down. We have 18 Lings in production. Again, 3-point, he's not droning. He's not droning. He's maxing out. He's going for a 3-base all-in with just mass Ling Roach Ravager. And BratOK, because he's been throwing away so many vultures, like he just doesn't really have much of an army. He has some tanks, that is true, but these tanks are so exposed. They're so vulnerable. And now he knows. He checks the mineral line. He's like, hold on. He's like, what? Where are the drones? Where are the drones, papi? Oh my god. And here comes 3-point. Does commit. Going straight for the 3rd. Tank volleys are solid, but again, there's no vultures here to support, to buffer. Do we even need them? 1, 2 tanks go down. I mean, the tanks are supporting themselves. Jesus. They do just chunk away at the army, but it's not going to be enough. Yeah, not enough. The Roach Ravager will overwhelm. And again, there were, what, like 3 vultures to defend. And BratOK, he's been broken. He has been broken. Again, just a little bit too wasteful with his harass, throwing away so much of his army. He was not ready for the defense. And with that 3-point, he breaks the third. Now he's going for the kill, going for the natural. Tank's going to be piled down. And 3-point, he has now broken the natural as well. Getting 24 STV kills. There are tanks protecting the main, but not the natural base. Oh no, the tanks, they get caught out. Oof. And with that, GG gets called. A 3-point, he will tie the series 1-1. We are going to the ace match. Whew. GG. Going all the way to game 3. Again, BratOK, he was hyper aggressive here, going for his stim timing, going for his vulture harass as well. But in the end, it wasn't quite worth it. He was getting a handful of drones here and there, but nothing major, nothing too impactful. And in the end, he was losing his army. He was trading his army for not a lot across the map. With that, he did not have enough to defend against the counterattack, against the all-in. And with that, we're going all the way to game number 3. Loading into a map that I don't think I've casted before in StarCraft Evolution. This is going to be okay. We're going to be loading into Fighting Spirit. Let's go. Yo, we had a crazy game earlier on Lost Temple. It was insane. And now we're going to be featuring our games here on Fighting Spirit as well. Let's go. The ace match. As spawning in the top right hand corner. Spawning in the top right hand corner here of Fighting Spirits, we do have the South Korean Zerg player, the Red Zerg, representing Team Hyper 1. It is a 3-point. The SC2 Zerg player, and spawning in the top left hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Brood War Terran player, with the Brood War Terran himself, representing Team StarCom. It is BratOK. Here we go. As we have made it here to the final game, to the ace match. And I'll be honest, I don't really have too much experience on Fighting Spirit. It is not in the typical StarCraft Evolution League map pool, but it is a 4-player spawn map. So we can spawn in top right, top left, bottom left, and bottom right as well. So 4 possible spawn locations. There are a lot of choke points is what I will say, at least at a glance. Likewise, the third base is very... Jesus, the third base is very isolated. Oh my god. But relatively secure. This actually reminds me of King's Cove. If you're familiar with King's Cove, there is a ramp coming into the natural. There's a larger ramp, to be fair. It's a much larger ramp. But the area between the natural and the third base is quite secure. It is a long rush distance from base to base, that is true, but it is protected. Like there's no way in between the bases outside of drop play or outside of air harass, but in general this area does seem quite secure heading towards the third. Likewise, a more narrow ramp coming into the third base as well. We have the high ground alongside that, so I would say a relatively secure base. But because the bases are more spread out, it does mean it's going to be a little bit more difficult to deal with air harass or drop play in all these bases, rotating between them to defend. So interesting setup. It is interesting. We of course have the Kesper logo. Let's go. That's a blast from the past. We have the center base as well. Of course, Overlord does scout horizontally, and 3-point does confirm the location of BratOK. Does confirm, and BratOK going for the same build. Same build, going for the 3-rack stim timing. We already saw 3-point defend earlier, but a lot of it did come down to that one bailing. If you remember, it was one bailing that connected. If it wasn't for that, potentially BratOK could have kept going and could have found even more damage. Here we go. As we are building up. Likewise, Marines are amassing. We are waiting for that initial stim timing. 3-point rushing into a sub 3-minute lair? Okay. So very fast lair timing at a 3-point. So initially hatch gas pull into a fast roach warren. This does look like a 2-base all-in. This looks like we're going for the lair to rush into fast roach speed to go for a big roach counterattack after the initial defense. Spine crawlers are on the way. Queens have built up as well. This is looking deadly here from 3-point. And we'll see how much damage this initial stim timing can get for BratOK. SCV Scout does confirm the Spine Crawler, does confirm the layer timing as well. BratOK has a better idea what's going on. I mean, he's still going to commit. Behind this factory is already on the way. Factory is building up. BratOK does break out. And here come the roaches of 4 3-point, as we mentioned, with the fast layer, fast roach speed. So insanely fast roach speed, double Evo chambers here for double upgrades. BratOK does move out, but I don't really see him doing much damage here. There's gonna be plenty of roaches. And again, already working on the next step, double factory. Already working towards, typically we would see ion thrusters and vultures, but against such a roach heavy style, it would not be opposed to earlier tank production and earlier siege mode instead. Scan reveals the setup, reveals all the roaches. BratOK, he doesn't go for it. He doesn't go for it. He knows that he cannot break that natural, and there it is, siege mode. I appreciate it, makes sense. So not going into vultures, early siege mode, early siege tanks. He can set up on the high ground, he can be very secure on 2 bases. Claiming the third, I feel like might be a little bit more difficult here. We'll see. It's just so close by ground because of the horizontal spawns. Like, this would be the more natural third base for BratOK, and it is right next to the base of 3-point. And if he expands towards the south side instead, then there's more avenues of attack, of harass. So we'll see how BratOK does set up. Meanwhile, 3-point expanding on the right hand side. Tanks are amassing. Third CC's on the way. Based on his position, it does look like BratOK does want to expand towards the right hand side. We'll see if he can hold on to it if that's the case. Meanwhile, 3-point, he's droning, he's saturating. I did mention that he was ready for a counterattack with roach speed, but because the attack never came, 3-point, he's more defensive with this army. More defensive, infestation bit's going to be on the way, getting to link speed from here into earlier hive tech. And we have seen that 3-point, he has been enjoying rushing from Roach Ravager into Ultra Tech. He's been very fond of this. We saw this quite predominantly last night in SEL. So from here, he should be working towards Hive and Ultras. As Ultras, they can honestly do a great job here just breaking these bio armies and getting on top of these tanks. Hive is on the way, as we did mention. Third base gets spotted, and again, I feel like it's going to take so much to try to defend and try to secure this third. It's just so close to the Zerg army, to the Zerg bases. Yeah, but BratOK is not set up. For now, he will deflect, and he will attempt to maintain this position. I mean, he will have the high ground, true. Tanks are sieging. Tanks are sieging up. Behind this, 3-point just calming down. Again, going... Oh, he never quite got that second Evo chamber. Now it's on the way. Hive is almost done. And we are waiting for that Ultra Cavern. It's a Kakaru. And from here, we're joining, we're saturating. At 3-point, he's expanding towards the south side, taking some of these other corner bases, maintaining his economy. As I mentioned, there's that Ultra Cavern. Again, this is a very common build from 3-point. That's the reason, as soon as you saw the Hive, it's like, oh yeah, it's just Ultras. The downside is that the upgrades are going to be lacking. That is true. Specifically, the melee upgrades for 3-point. He's going to have, what, like 1, 2, if not 0, 1 Ultras. But once Kindness Plating kicks in, like, the Ultras are going to be so tanky here, especially against the Bio Army. BratOK breaking out. Can he try to break 3-point before the Ultras come into play? There's a window. There's a timing. One tank goes down. BratOK trying to push his way in. Oh, the tanks are stacked. And here come the Vials. Massive tank shots going up. 1, 2 tanks going to be going down. Not enough Marines. Not enough fire here. Not enough support. And the last 3-point, he breaks through. Takes down how many? Takes down 5 tanks. And BratOK, he's running out of steam. He's running out of steam here. Ultra production has begun. BratOK still trying to force his way forward here towards that natural. He did not switch fully into mech. He actually switched into bio tank. So my apologies earlier. I did mention how I assumed that he would be switching into mech. Into tank production, yes, but still with bio. Still with marine supports. Things that do threaten the natural. Ultras are amassing 5 ultras on the way with kindness plating. Now 3-point, he still has to buy time for his upgrades. Like, the upgrades are still a ways off. We don't want to attack before kindness. BratOK trying to force his way into this natural. I mean, his tank line is looking solid here. He's got, what, 9 tanks? Pushing onto Greed. That's still going to be a lot of ultras. Oh, no. Likewise, with the Hive 3-point, he has access to Vipers. Vipers would make this a little bit more easier to deal with. But for now, he's avoiding those spellcasters, just making more ultras. He doesn't have the best economy. Lings are trying to catch reinforcements. He does commit in. He's going for it. Some of the tanks are unsieged. Ultras, they collapse in. Lings from behind as well, and he will complete the solo of this army. Every tank goes down. Yeah, there's just not enough bio, not enough support. The Ultras, they break on through. And 3-point, he will overwhelm. There's just nothing left here. 3-point from here, just forcing his way into the third. There's no defenses, no tanks, no nothing. And he's going for the kill. Going for the throats. And you can just see how quickly everything escalates out of control just because how close these bases are. And GG gets called. 3-point, he will claim the series 2-1, advancing on to the grand finals. GG. Whew. GG, well played. 3-point, he will claim the series. Again, we have seen this build quite often from 3-point in this matchup in TvZ, going from roaches into ultras. We saw that BratOK, he was trying to break his opponent before ultras came into play, but he just barely didn't have enough support for his tanks. He could not gain any ground. He was stopped in his tracks just outside of the natural, and 3-point, he bought enough time for the ultras. Once they kicked in, I mean, hey, they had what, like almost like +5, +4 armor. Again, the kindness plating alongside +2, so +4 armor. They were very, very tanky, very intense. GG. GG, well played. With that, we have our 2 finalists here. It's going to be a ZVT, Zerg versus Terran, between Byun and 3-point. Let's go. Let us go.